Okay, so I've got a quick inspiration hack for you here. If you're trying to write a bass line, you're not coming up with anything inspiring, this can work an absolute treat. So what you're going to do is grab yourself a percussion loop. You want something that's not crazy busy, but also something that's not too stripped back. So somewhere in the middle ground like this one. Now you might intend to keep this in your track, you might not, it really doesn't matter. The point is that you grab a loop like this and then you grab some bass hits, and I'm using ones from our previous example, but this could be sine waves, it could be something you designed yourself in a synth, no problem at all. And you literally go along layering up different hits until you get something you like the sound of. Now what I tend not to do is layer up under things like hats, and instead stick to the main percussive hits. Like so on, and you just move your bass hits around until you get something that sounds pretty decent to you. So this sounds like this now with a bass layering underneath it. And I'm only interested in the rhythm. I didn't key match this in any way. Of course, if you're going to keep the percussive loop in, if it's a part of your track, then you are going to want to make sure your bass, your percussion, if it's pitched, are all working nicely together harmonically. But in this case, I just wanted it for inspiration. And so now I can get rid of that loop. And this is the bass line that I was left with the rest of the drums. So it's absolutely nothing like the original bass pattern that we lifted from that track. It doesn't really bear any resemblance to the percussion loop, but instead I got a wicked little bass line to get cracking with. And I find that this technique works an absolute treat. Even if you end up modifying, adding to this, it's a great starting point, and you come up with things that you probably wouldn't come up with if you were just programming on your own. So that's a quick bass hack. Give it a shot if you're struggling for inspiration.